everybody. It's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S., Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 579. We are that podcast talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
And Mako is off tonight. As you may have heard in prior episodes, she was having some construction done at her place. And basically, everything that was in the foyer is in the computer room. So she can't get to the computer. And I'm not going to make her jump on her laptop and join us for an episode because she'd be on Wi-Fi, and you really shouldn't be streaming on Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of interesting. At work over the holiday break, they put in much more powerful Wi-Fi receivers, access points on all four floors for better Zoom, video and so forth, Okay. Now there's talk that they want all of the laptops now hardwired, which kind of defeats the purpose of putting in much more powerful Wi-Fi access points at work. Now, granted, if you have to do a presentation on Zoom during like the major monthly meetings and so forth, you get hardwired in. So, me personally, I just think that, as much as I love my X1 laptop, maybe start giving us laptops with 16 gigs of RAM and not just 8. Well, it is what it is. What it is. So,
Yeah.
Now that they've moved from 32-bit to 64-bit Zoom, maybe things will be a little bit better. Who knows? Anywho, how is everybody doing tonight?
Ugh.
Oh, you too.
Tired and still sick.
You and me both.
But you both sound great.
For sure.
I still
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
All right. And I just realized I forgot to change from episode 578 to 579 in the rundown, so I just did that real quick. So, anywho, like I said, Mako is out tonight, so we may have a bit of a short show, depending on how things go. I am glad that Barry is joining us tonight. As you can tell, her voice isn't fully up to par, so she may be leaving early, too, because we don't want her to just... As much as we love to hear Barry talk about everything and anything, we don't need her wake up the next day with no voice, and then I get a message of my voice is shot again, and I'm gonna feel bad.
No, it's okay. I've been trying to exercise my voice a lot, but it's definitely a process. I thought that I was in the clear earlier this week, and then I woke up today and my voice is hoarse again. So it's a process. It'll be okay.
Good. Have you been taking some honey lemon, some honey ice?
I've been drinking lots of tea. I've been drinking lots of water. I've been doing vocal exercises. So I've been trying to keep good about it.
That's good. That's good. Maybe you need a little bit of tussin.
Yeah, maybe some. Well, you got to be careful with the guaifenesin stuff because apparently, like, cough medicine can actually dry out your throat, which is the opposite of what you want.
You tell my family that and see how far that gets you.
I know, right? But yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
like I said, we are live tonight, week of February 28th, 2023, right here on Twitch TV. You can find us here every week, every Tuesday from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. And we're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at VogNetwork.com. And you can check them out at Twitch TV/VOG Network. They kick things off Sunday nights at 8 p.m. with the Bobby Blackwolf Show, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And come hang out in our Discord, VogNetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has a channel, so come through, hang out, and have a good time, So now that we got that out the way, we're going to go ahead and go through our rundowns of how was our week and how was our day. Ari.
Pardon me. Let's see. This past Sunday was my birthday.
Happy birthday to you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm friggin' 41 years old, and quite frankly, I don't know how I managed to last as long as I have.
Sheer and utter will.
Honestly, I'm still like, wait, I still look at myself like, shouldn't you have dropped out of a massive heart attack like years ago?
Well,
I honestly don't know, but thank you, Sidabari.
well,
Sidabiri.
I look at it this way: the change in your health and going towards a better positive way. There you go. Some the powers that be are like, no, not yet.
I didn't do a whole lot on my birthday. Just a friend of mine and I went out to dinner. That was about it.
Okay.
I took off from work, but that was just because I didn't feel like being in there. And but Saturday I actually did have to take off for a much more legitimate reason that like I hit a pothole or something in the road and it like wrecked one of my tires, so I had to go
Ooh,
and take that and get fixed.
that's not
It really wasn't. Ugh, pardon me. Um, but yeah, the Ozempic that I'm on. Did I tell you about that last week or no?
good.
I wasn't here last week, was I?
No, you weren't here last week or week before last, but not
But yeah, bottom line is it's a medicine that's supposed to help with the weight loss.
sure. Mm-hmm.
But and you inject it yourself. For me, like the dose is only 2 milligrams, and every time I take it, it just leaves me so friggin' wrecked. Like I knew going into it that nausea was one of the side effects,
Mm-hmm.
but the point is, yeah, I still was like, oh god, I want this to end. Like last week, I actually did end up puking at one point, which was very disgusting.
Yeah, from my understanding, it because it slows down the metabolism, which causes that. I would have assumed it would increase your metabolism and digestion for you, or so. I don't know. I'm not a medical person. I'm not a scientist. I'm a tech guy. I just fix broken computers. So
Hmm. I mean, it's helping in a way that it. There's times where I just can't eat anything or very little compared to what I
hmm
usually do. It like for the first like 2 or 3 days after taking it, it's really bad.
yeah,
But like I know it's helping and all, but between it just leaves me like completely wrecked. Like I don't know. I almost spent like 6 or so hours napping after work this morning, like this afternoon,
hmm
and I'm just like, make this stop, please. Because I'm worried about puking like at work. Because God forbid it happens like close to somebody else, or even worse, one of my supervisors, sees him and be like, okay, you have to go home, get rest, whatever.
right,
Because
right,
that's time I'm not at work, and I have a very finite amount of sick time to take.
right. No, and I totally get that. I do. So I wouldn't worry too much.
Hmm. It's just very difficult to endure. That's all.
Gotcha. But it'll be worth it in the end. And when you get to that target goal, you'll be taking less of it. So.
Hmm.
And who knows? Maybe they'll be able to wean you off of it. And as long as you're going to the gym almost every day, and you have like a proper balanced meal.
Hmm.
I mean, I will say, from like I said, I'm going through something similar as Ari, but I'm not on the medication yet. So at work, they give us catered lunches. So I've just been a lot more meticulous about what I can eat. Um, like no white rice, no white breads or anything like that. So like my bagels are now multi-grain or wheat bagels that I eat with my
Those are good.
sandwiches. Yeah. Like today, they ordered I think Japanese, so one was like steamed vegetables with salad and brown rice, and the other one was steak with salad and white rice. So I got one of each, and I put the steak with the vegetables and ate that, ate the salad, and ate some of the brown rice. And I felt like as if I didn't have to finish it. I'm like, I'm good.
Hmm.
and with all the walking and stuff that I've been doing at work lately, it's been interesting. Like, I think I've mentioned that now. My desk is now on it's on the 7th floor, so a lot of my tickets are usually on the 8th and the 9th floor now because there's only two of us at the office. So I'm always doing a lot of walking back and forth. My doctor's like, you need to walk an hour a day. And I'm just like, oh, good luck with that. So I've been working on trying to hit at least 10,000 steps a day. And as of right now, I'm at 11,947. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't need to feel like I have to eat until I'm full. But outside of that, work has been pretty good. It's just been moving stuff around and now realizing that I'm not on the 9th floor, so I don't have like a double desk setup. Like, I have my main desk and there's a desk behind me for one of the other users in my department who only comes in once a week. So I would use that for like stacking computers and all this other stuff. So now if I have to work on computers and so forth, I got to run up and down to get it taken care of. And I just grab whatever machines that I need. I just leave them at my desk and put them in the drawer. So, let's see what else I've been up to. I actually went out to a friend's party up in Flushing Meadows over the weekend. It was a very low turnout, so we ended up leaving early, so it wasn't so bad. So I had a good time with that. Did laundry. You can't see it, but back here is a computer case. I think I have mentioned previously that I am working with my friend Matt, not Loki Matt from OLR. That's West Coast Matt. My other friend, Matt Stanecki, I'll call him East Coast Matt. He has a DDR machine in his house. Now,
Which one?
A DDR third mix machine. Now,
That's cool.
I think the insides has been gutted out because he has a PC attached to it running Stepmania, which I think is great. So what happened was he got his hands on OmniMix, which is basically like Stepmania is a third-party application that emulates DDR. OmniMix is the actual DDR software that runs everything. So he has that on there, but it took a little bit of time to get it up and running because his computer is about 10 years old on it. So the parts from your last computer is going into this new machine. So now his new DDR machine is going to be about 5 years old, give or take. I think I just need to. I'm looking at the board now. Yeah, I'm thinking that I might have to add some more USB ports, but we will see. Since I am not doing anything this weekend, I am staying home and continuously to get stuff ready for Zenkai. I will be working on his build. I might go live as I'm building it, see how I feel. I don't know. So that's basically has been my week and day. And Barry, it's good to see you. You know, I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better.
Yeah.
And if you can,
It's good to be back.
definitely. And if you can quickly tell us what you have been up to.
Well,
short words.
no, it's all good. So I had to prep for my recent fashion show. And I presented at KatsuCon this year. It was very successful. It went really well. Although the con itself did not add to that, and the situations that happened during the con did not add to that. There was just a lot of chaos that I'll get into during that segment. But basically, prepping for that, and then the week after, basically, I had Laren. I met up with some new MMO friends, IRL, and then we had a fun board game time and everything. And a few days later, I caught laryngitis. I had laryngitis. So I have basically just been resting since then. And unfortunately, laryngitis is one of those things it takes a few weeks to recover from. So hopefully by next week, I will be right as rain. But for now, this is what we're working with.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing a little bit better and things are going good. So
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else is going on here. Man, we're getting some visitors in here tonight, boy.
Yeah, just a few bots making some appearances. You know,
Well,
gotta get the band hammer primed and ready.
But I think a couple of them are not, though.
No, I've been checking the Twitch Insights website, which is the one that knows its bots and stuff. So it's all good.
Okay,
we're getting a few though that are not bots. Obviously, we have our lovely Seata Beery, and I think Nemesis has been in with us before. Yeah. So
I'm just looking at
nice to see you guys.
I'm just looking at one of them, Alicidra. No, not Alicidra. No, there was one Zero Ella. I'm like, well, okay, yeah, that is a bot. I'm just looking.
Yeah, because they've gotten smarter. Yeah, the AI is learning.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like you look at the profile picture and the background picture, like they're both anime, so it's like, yeah, you know. But then you realize that's not it. So yeah. So I'm glad. I'm glad you are checking shit as well as I am. So you know.
Yep. Gotta take care of our community now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Let's see. Moving right along, we're gonna get into some housekeeping notes. Let's see here. I have some extra additional notes here. Don't forget there are ads throughout the episode. But we try to make it as minuscule as possible. There will be a couple of ads in here for about no more than a minute total. 30 seconds in one spot, 30 seconds in another spot. If you sub to the channel, you won't have to worry about ads or anything like that. Every cent goes towards hardware to keep the stream going and so forth. And don't forget, episodes of Anime Jam Session are available on YouTube. They become available Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. YouTube.com/Anime Jam Session. Click on playlists and you'll see podcast VODs. Let's see what else we have here. I have some great news. As you know, sometime if you watch the pre-show, we have like a couple of ads that run before we go live. Most of them are COVID ads because COVID is still a thing. We're still in a pandemic. Anyone that says otherwise, please slap them. One of the other ads is for the School of Cosplay, better known as Cosplay Vegas. And the dean of School of Cosplay, none other than the one and only Jez Roth, has made a great announcement earlier today of their official grand opening of their new location.
Oh, that's so awesome!
Yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting.
Congrats, Jez.
Yeah, and it's interesting. There are other people who have tried to do something like this, and it hasn't gone as well. But he's done it. He's done it. The man does cosplay. He's worked for Cirque du Soleil. He's worked with celebrities, and he's taken all of his skills that he has learned, all that street knowledge, and his teachers to teach you all cosplay, like the basics of sewing, advanced techniques, all of that stuff. And there's more information at, I believe, schoolofcosplay.com or cosplayvegas.com. You can always go to facebook.com/gamer-versus-Taylor or gamer-versus-Taylor.com. Because I think for a while they were on Twitch where he was working on a cosplay and somebody else was playing a video game, and they were like, who can finish this one area first? So, I thought that was a really cool concept, And again, don't forget, we will be at Zenkai Con this year. So it's the Anime Jam Session 2023 cosplay tour. Convention tour. Basically, we're going to cons, taking pictures, writing reviews. We hope you see us there and talk to us and hang out with us or do whatever. We're looking forward to that. And that will be March 24th to 26th at the Lancaster County Convention Center in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And I wish you the best if you're trying to find a hoteling spot, because evidently Lancaster has now put the band hammer on Airbnbs.
Really?
Yeah, and basically the hotels in the area are sold out, so you're looking to go down the road for a bit. So, let's see, what else do we have? Let me see if I can find my notes. This is something that I had came across a while back. Where are my saved stuff? Here we go. I run an ad blocker on Facebook because I'm on the desktop, so I don't know. So I don't see a lot of ads. I don't. But what I find interesting is like the ads that are on the mobile app. And recently, for like almost maybe for the last month or so, there's been these ads for Cosplay Star, and then you figure out it's sponsored by Star Magazine, and they got, I guess, Yaya Han to endorse this contest, and I think the grand prize is $10,000 and a trip to this big convention, and I guess people are entering it. I'm like, well, good for them, good for them. But it seems that, let me open this up. If you can see it, yeah. If you're watching on the web, if you're watching here on Twitch, here is a massive pop-up right in front of you of a Facebook page. What you see is some warnings in regards to this costume contest, and I'm just like, oh Lord, here we go again. All right.
What kind of warnings are we talking about?
Copyright with photography copyright, basically. So, see if I can flip it over to this one. Yeah. Now there's the first one where it advertises that you can win $10,000. Let me see if I can get this going. All right. You can win $10,000, and I believe it's a picture of Yaya Han. Now, when you enter any contest, there's always a catch. There's always something you got to look out for. Now, here's something that has been highlighted. All entries and any other materials submitted, including but not limited to submitted photographs, become the sole property and operator and will not be returned or acknowledged. Invalid, false, or deceptive entries or profiles shall render those entries or profiles ineligible. So if you went to your photographer for photos for this contest, your photographer will lose the rights to the photos because you entered this contest.
What?
Yep. That happens a lot more than you think. But there is more. Submitted photographs must not infringe or violate any rights of any third-party entity, including but not limited to copyright, right of publicity, and right of privacy. Please check with the photographer and anyone appearing in the photographs to make sure that you have the rights submitted to the photographs, and so on and so forth. Basically, once you get the rights from everybody in the photo and you give it to Cosplay Star, they now own the photo and the rights. This is part of the issue in regards to like when cosplayers sell their photos, and as this photographer Amy Miklovich posted, and I am glad that they made this post, and it will be on our Anime Jam Session page later tonight. And she straight up says, a message to my clients: I do not consent to my photos being submitted to this. I retain all copyright to all photographs I create. So basically, if you go to this person for copies of your photos that they have taken of you for this contest, their answer is no. And if you go ahead and submit it automatically just because you think you're going to get away with it, that's going to be a bigger problem. So there's a massive red flag right there. Yes, there are legitimate cosplay contests where you can submit the photos and they will credit the cosplayer. They will credit the photographer. And that's it. There are some that are like, nope, nada. For example, a friend of mine cosplayed a Femme Skeletor. And I wanted a picture of her, as Femme Skeletor for my friend D, who was a big fan of Skeletor. She could not get me the photo because she could not get me the rights from, she couldn't, quote unquote, buy the rights from the photographer to do it. I mean, if I wanted to, I could have tracked down the image, found a high-res copy, and printed it up. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to go through all of that. So, when it comes to these costume contests, people, be careful, be warned, and be safe. Oh, Lots are coming out in full form tonight. Yeah. Okay. All right. So next up, I think that's everything under housekeeping. Yes, that is. All right. All right. Oh, that's it. Photos I gotta edit. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into Geek Roundtable. This is the part of the show that we talk more about the geekier aspects of our lives. So, Ari, what you got for Geek Roundtable? And while you get that, I have to grab something from the back.
Well, this is what my friend had bought me for my birthday yesterday. Well, the other day. It's a
That's cool.
card game that plays and looks like a Super NES game.
It reminds me of the Super Metroid logo too.
That's kind of the idea. Even the box artwork is like an old SNES game. I've it looks backwards on this one, like on my view, but it's probably turned out the right way. Anyway, yeah, I punched out all the little cardboard stickers on it, and eventually I'll look at the rules and see what I got, and because it looks interesting, I definitely want to play it.
That sounds pretty cool. You should bring it to the con. Maybe we'll have time to sit around and play it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I know, Kudo Hikari-chan will be joining us for Zenkai with her sister and her brother-in-law, and they are card game nerds. So I have a feeling if you brought Catan, the three of them would sit down and play with you.
I have the 5 and 6 player expansion for that too. So.
Well, once we get everything settled for Zenkai and I make the massive group chat, we'll figure it out from there.
Okay.
All right, Barry, any cool projects you're working on?
Well, in my MMO, there are outfits and things like that the characters can wear, and so I've been working on making quite a few of the outfits to wear IRL, which have been quite fun. I am working on about 4 of them right now. I finished one of them, and I did wear it to Katsucon, and I basically dressed up my engineer from the game, which was super fun. She a lot like me anyway, so it was really fun to be able to go out and be dressed up like my OC.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was really, really nice and very simple, but it was a nice, easy costume, and it was very comfortable. So I was very happy.
Well, let's see. For me, I actually finished watching The Legend of Vox Machina, both seasons, and it's, if you ask me, it's less D&D and more the Red Dragon Inn, with a lot of shit talking. That
sounds like fun though. That's a good watch. Yeah. That's a good watch.
I really enjoyed it. So I hope we get a season 3 really soon. So I just figured each season be like an adventure per season. I didn't know it's gonna be like this massive campaign like this. So I think it's really good. So there's that. There is this anime called Prima Doll that I was watching, and I finally finished it. And it's basically these automata robots who basically have a purpose after the war. So they have been watching. So they've been working. Some of them have been working in a cafe and so forth. The owner of the cafe finds this other automata and brings it to life, and things are pretty good till I think another automata gets infiltrated and starts up the war all over again. The last three episodes are really intense, but it's a good 12 episode watch. If you ever seen Saber Marionette J again, is it J? No. I think it's Saber Marionette J to X. They had the 6-part OAV. If you've seen that, you have a pretty good idea what you're getting yourself into. Also, I want to share this belated Christmas gift that I got from one of our staffers, Cinnanite. She is like me. I know how to get like the right gifts that are practical yet amazing. So when we all got together for Mako's surprise party, she gave me this gift, and I hadn't even looked at it yet because I just put it down. I figured I'll get to it when I get to it. Hell, I haven't even opened up my Christmas cards yet. I really should. But so I finally opened this up, and I was just like, holy shit balls. Even though it's a replica of a limited run of these, but it's still fucking awesome. A limited run Ron won't have animation cell.
Nice, dude.
And this thing is like 25 years old. And I remember seeing these in America and at conventions, and I just didn't have the money to buy them because it was a broke otaku. I was a broke weeb, you know? So I haven't decided what I want to do with this. A part of me wants to crack it open and put it in a proper frame, but at the same time, I don't know. And they have these other cells, and I've thought about, tracking down a couple of other ones that were really awesome, but, because there is a Bubblegum Crisis one that I would love to get my hands on. And the thing is, these are individually numbered for a certificate of authenticity, which is really cool. So maybe because of that, I may just hold off on doing anything along those lines. Anywho, now that we got Geek Roundtable out of the way, we're going to get into Barry's Katsucon Adventure. This should be fun.
Oh my gosh, it really wasn't. I promise you. I didn't do anything except work this con, and
Well,
I am so frustrated.
Well, here's the thing. We want to know about what you did with the fashion show, a little bit of prep, that type of stuff. We know already that you didn't attend all 3 days of the con for the con.
Oh yeah.
We want to know more about that.
Well, even if you did, apparently crazy because it was very, very overly well attended. The weather was crazy, and it was just really intense. Like it was insane. Booked everything. They oversold it. It was just not a great
So
time.
I heard.
Mm-hmm. There were also apparently states who had known cases of COVID that they did not share with the public, and we're still working with the public. So
wait, what? There was cases of COVID?
Yeah, and they didn't send them home or anything. So
balls.
See, my issue was the fact that they just gave up on enforcing the mask mandate. I'm sorry. The fact that Katsucon said they were understaffed is bullshit to me.
Oh, it's not bullshit though.
No,
they literally imploded like the month before the con and had a ton of change of leadership heads. So
really, what happened there?
No, we can't get into that.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, to the leadership of Katsucon that allowed people to walk around with masks, I'll go fuck yourself. Without masks, I'll go fuck yourselves. You can't see it unless you're watching the stream. Here's double middle fingers from me. I'll be damned if I go back to that con, unless they no.
That was another reason. I knew that it was gonna be a situation of
I'm sorry if it was me. If it was me and people were giving me crap for not wearing a mask, I would pull their badge. I'm like, nope. Now you don't have a badge. You are now trespassing. So you need to leave. So please continue.
Oh.
I don't even think they'd be able to enforce it with as many people as they had there that weekend. Apparently, it was over 25K.
What? Over 25,000? That's impossible.
Yeah. Oh my god. Basically, it was a really crazy weekend. So I guess kind of the excerpt of mine, and I'll tell you guys my focus because I know that my story tends to vary a lot from the normal attendees' situation. I am a fashion designer and producer. I make all my own patterns, everything like that. I also cosplay and all those things. So I also am fairly local to the event, so I drive in every day. Now, parking has never ever been an issue with this convention previous years. However, this year, because it was on President's Day weekend, the weather was in the rough 50s to 70s, so it was actually much nicer than it traditionally is blizzard. And of course, the event, I think, since since COVID, had sold out a lot of the parking garage areas, not only for hotel space, but for monthly pass holders, which means the people that work there or the people that stay in that area a lot, or maybe fly for business or anything of those nature. So a lot of those spaces already taken and reserved. So in that instance, parking was limited. So it was a little frustrating. So I was sewing basically until 9 a.m. the day before to get my stuff finished. Or no, sorry, the day of to get my stuff finished. So what that basically meant was that any day that I was taking time being working, it was time away from things that I could do. So basically Friday, I didn't go in until later in the afternoon. I want to say I didn't go in until about 3 o'clock because I didn't need to be there. Oh, no, sorry. That was the day that I didn't go there until like 5. Because I didn't need to be there until 8 to get my ticket and to get into rehearsal. And rehearsal is in Live 1, which is just one of the programming rooms, and I let in until whatever the program that is on is finished in there. They
You
ended up
sound
having
pained
like
just
the
talking
idol.
about this, Ichigo.
I believe
I
it.
am in so much. I am reliving a trauma. But basically, so at 5 o'clock, I head over there and get parked. No problem, no big problem. And I have no issues finding a parking space. And I get over to the con by like 6:30. I'm over getting my badge. It's kind of full. It's not too crazy. I'm surprised at how full it is for a Friday night, but I'm like, oh, that maybe it's just everybody kind of getting in, getting their hotel room settled, whatever is going on. It's cool. So I head and I don't know which direction to go for getting panelist badge because it's been changed. I think the years before it's been in the same room as attendee badges, but previously it's been in like con ops, so it's been in this that you can go to easily. Thankfully, it wasn't too bad. It was just I think I like walked over there first, then I walked back to the con op hallway, and then I came back to I was redirected back to the attendee badge space to pick up my panelist badge. At this convention, I'm a panelist. Basically, I enter, and that basically was where you get your badges. So I ended up heading back over upstairs because initially I was going to try friends, but I basically had no time from the time of getting my badge, running around the convention to really do much of anything.
Barry, I think you need to adjust your microphone a little bit because you're kind of not saying clipping, but it's like certain words were
in and out.
Yeah.
Okay, let me scoot a little clip microphone a little bit. Is this a little bit better?
Yeah, we can work with that. I just want,
okay. Yeah. Well, just let me know. Yeah, give me a heads up.
It could also be because of your voice as well, so.
Yeah, it could just be that my voice is cracking and clipping a little bit, so I do apologize.
It's all good.
That's my laryngitis. So basically, I get there. I basically just get there early enough that my that I like, and I don't eat when I when I'm going to events and stuff because it's stressful. So I had like lunch packed and everything. So I bring my lunch with me, and I meet up with one of my lovely models, Mel Poole Cosplay. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check out Mel Play, you should definitely go check out his stuff. He's amazing. He makes full Samus armor with lights and LEDs and all this other cool, awesome stuff. He's very amazing and wonderful, and he was very supportive. You should definitely go check him out. He's awesome. He also streams on Twitch, so if you have a chance to go check out twitch.tv/Melpool, he's always doing a bunch of his cosplay and everything like that. So you can definitely go check stuff, give him a sub or whatever. He's super awesome. Anyway, he was one of my lovely models. He had a fire play, lovely Teresa, and of course, some of my other friends that were coming and helping me out. So they're sitting basically in the front of the event space, and I like sat there and I shoved food in my face. I was wearing a mask most of the time, except for when I was eating. And then we headed in, and rehearsal was super simple. I think literally we were waiting around for longer than it took for us to do rehearsal. Now, I really think that they need to give the fashion department access to the speakers because, unfortunately, with the way that they had to run the music off the laptop, it makes it a little harder because you hear it over everybody kind of talking and being excited. And that's fine. It's a big performance space, though. So when you're on a stage behind a bunch of curtains, you can't really hear anything. So I really want UConn to like give better capabilities to the fashion department because I think the fashion department is really bringing them a lot of things. I know that attendance for our event was 500 people, which I think is
Wow.
actually pretty large kind of space. But anyway, so basically we had rehearsals, and I think my team wrapped up by like 9:30. So we got in there, we didn't start until 8:30, and I wrapped up by 9:30 and had basically everything kind of figured out. I showed the green room, everything all like that. So I had to head back to my car, um, um, and then home so that I could get more sewing done because that was just my work. There were a lot of great cosplayers there at the time. The gazebo actually wasn't horribly overrun, which I
Hmm.
was surprised by. And in general, it was just kind of a quiet Friday considering Katsucon.
Now let,
I
let
think
me
that everybody
ask
was,
you.
yeah,
I
kind of,
heard bad things about
yeah.
the.
Did somebody really shit in the gazebo?
I didn't hear that they did that.
Because
That happened somewhere else.
I heard somebody did, and I heard nothing but conflicting reports. Like it did happen, it didn't happen, and so it was like it was
I
coordinated.
heard that somebody did something like that, but I wasn't sure the location. I had just heard that somebody did it in a public place. Now, if it was at the gazebo, I would not be surprised, but at the same time, that area really the worst I've ever seen it in the history of attending modern Katsucons.
Hmm.
Like with the amount of people that were over there was a place to walk. Like I don't even know if they had anything like blocked off for that event space because they have the ballroom there. Cherry Blossom? No, they have a ballroom there that
Mm-hmm.
usually hosts a lot of like presentation events and and I don't know if they had like a blocked off walking space like anti fire hazard space there. Here because they've had it blocked off before and
Mm-hmm.
I think that they didn't have the stanchions and stuff they usually do. Um and I really think they need to bring that back because it was insane. Um I want to say, as far as the next day, I obviously didn't go to bed until after 9 a.m. So I didn't wake up
Ouch.
until
Oof.
yeah, I didn't wake up until I think p.m. because I was just tired at AF. So I was basically running a little bit behind, but thankfully I had packed everything. I try to be good at everything the day before. So all I need to do is put a few more things in this tub. I was packing everything in and then put it in my car and go. So basically I put it in my cart. I went. Now I think I got there at about 4. Now I in the space. The space for me, the green room opens up by 5. So I like to be there early so I can wait outside the space so I can go in, set it up for my models, and then I can be
Mm-hmm.
ready for and then it's just a matter of putting on their makeup, wigs, whatever, and putting them on stage. That is not how this day went, y'all. That is not how this day went at all, beach.
Is
This
is
no,
is
did
that
not.
always the
It was
case?
not my day. It was not my con. I have never had a mental breakdown in the this bad before, but it was bad. So, is a new hotel that I have never been to before in my life. It is a casino hotel, and so it is built like the ones that are built in Vegas. Now, I did not know that prerequisite. I don't know that at all. I've never been to this hotel in my life. I don't know the location, and I am very unfamiliar. It's also one of the first conventions that I have been outside of my little hermity hobbity hole in 4+ years at this point. And
Nothing about this sounds fun.
this does not sound the mandatory over. So basically, I am already running late. So I spend about 45 minutes to an
driving around the National Harbor area, parking garages are open. If you get there after like 11 a.m., none of them, you're not finding a fucking space. That's just not how it's not. Maybe you better just go. So I get there and I'm going around for an hour. I'm kind of freaking out at this point because it's after 4:30. I'm running late in my mind, right? So when I'm running late, it means that like I start to get a little anxious. And I can handle myself. I'm usually pretty good at handling public situations. Ronma and Ari can probably tell you I'm one of the most extroverted people in the whole wide friggin' world, and I can handle a lot of stuff, but it has been a while since I've been around this many people. And it's a little overwhelming, especially when I'm trying to carry a big box of stuff that I have to have prepared. So I freak out a little bit and I'm like, oh my gosh, if there's no parking, I just can't, like, this isn't going to happen. Like, I'm not going to be able to put my car anywhere. So, like, I'm literally just not going to be able to do anything. So I'm starting to, like, try and keep in touch with my models and let them, like, what's developing and stuff.
Right.
And so I basically, I went around there. Now, the MGM is about a mile away from the hotel, the Gaylord, the hotel where the convention is in. So I go, okay, if I really have to, like, I will go over there. I will park, whatever.
Right.
So I go over to the MGM. Not okay. Mind, it is made to make you feel lost. I don't know who designed the parking garage, but it is not at all intuitive.
That's not good.
And it is not at all disability friendly or accessibly friendly. So it's free to park, which was nice. I didn't have to pay another $25 to park there. However, caveat, you will get confused as hell and we'll have to figure out a way to get from that hotel to the Gaylord. Walking in their shuttle, which costs $10 if you're not staying at the hotel or playing in their casino, and it's only, which I did not know, and I will get to in a moment. Or you have to find an Uber. All of those things are very inconvenient. I would rather have just parked my car in a $25 lot and dealt with it that way. But you know what? We persevere. We move past these things, right? So I park. I find a space. And I'm running really. At this point, I think it took me. I think I was there at like 5:30.
Yep.
And so and then the hotel, like getting into the MGM to get to the lobby, like the way that it's built is that the parking garage is so far from the lobby of the hotel, and it is not. It was bad. So I'm like freaking out because I'm running late to keep in touch with my models, the organizers, and anybody else that I kept in touch with because I had assistants that day that were trying to come and help me. Unfortunately, my assistants showed up late. One of them did, and then the other one was there, and he was fine. Like, he was good. He got me the help I needed and everything like that. It was just a matter of him because I was freaking out at that point, and I was not dealing with my anxiety well. So I get into the MGM, and the way that they have their hotel built is ones in Vegas. Now, I didn't. So all I see is basically like, and I'm tired. So yeah, they really shouldn't be. I know.
Yeah.
And like, I'm usually really good about handling myself, but I had my materials and supplies that I needed to bring with me that were very heavy. I want to say it was about 30 pounds. And I had to carry this because so I have a dolly, but I only have a dolly that's like a 300-pound dolly. So it's like made very heavy, very cumbersome and large. And I didn't bring it with me this time because I didn't think I was going to need it. That was my mistake. Noted, I will be buying a smaller, more mobile dolly that handles a little less weight, but is a little bit more mobile. So that's the first big purchase I'm probably going to make this year. But basically, I'm going through the hotel, and to get to the lobby from the parking garage, it is I want to say a quarter of a mile walk, maybe a half a mile walk. And it is through an area where no signage. Yeah, no, I literally, like, I was texting my models like, oh my God, I don't even know if I want to do this show anymore. But I were like, you've been preparing for this show for so long, and you put in so much energy, you should just go. So it was good. I had a community
At this point,
around
I
me that was
expect
very
you to see you just like breathing into
loving.
a paper bag.
No, literally, I like broke down in tears. Like I'm getting,
Oh shit.
baby, we're getting that tea. Okay, it's hot, it's steaming, it's ready to go. All right. I'm walking down this hallway. There's very little signage to tell me from where the parking garage to the hallway is, and it just looks like a super mall, like a mall hallway, because
Right.
it has a bunch of restaurants, and then it has storefronts in your visible eye. Now there's this corner empty, and there's no one there, and there's construction going on behind it, so there's like a big wall of like, oh, we're coming soon, blah 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 stuff, and I have my breakdown there in a little convenient little corner, and I have my little teary breakdown, and I like have a little panic attack, and I like get my models, and I'm like, I don't fucking know what's going on. I what I should do. Oh my god, I'm gonna freak out right now. So I have my little freak out. I collect myself with the help of my friends and my models and everybody. Like even one of my models is like, "You need me to get the shuttle? I'll come over. I'll pick you up. We'll get you. You'll be fine." And I was like, "Okay." So I thankfully I have an amazing community, and I was very supported during the time. I didn't have like I had my little mental breakdown, but I was fine. I was okay. It was just at the time the world was ending, and sometimes we all have those moments. So
No,
I
I
know.
totally get that. Yep, I totally get that.
so I like after having my little like breathing and crying moment, I ended up seeing a man who looked like he was dressed in a suit. He looked like he worked at the hotel, and I was able to like buff up enough confidence to actually be like, "Hey sir, can you just like point me in a direction like that I need to get to this thing?" So like he ended up helping me, like guiding me, gently guiding me to a certain direction to get to the hotel lobby and telling me where to find the shuttles. um and so I end up getting out, and they have two sets of doors. Now I don't understand why your shuttle bus picks up on one side and your ride share slash cars drop on the other side. You should just have it all in one place, but that's just apparently this hotel situation. So I went through the wrong doors, but there was a valet there that told me to go through doors, which was across the lobby. It was this hotel is it's not great. I'll just say that much. So, but now I know where to go, and it's not going to be a problem again. Um, so I go to the shuttle area. Now I sit and I wait for the shuttle. There's some gentlemen that are going to the con like I was, and they are hanging out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is how it usually runs for MagFest, because MagFest usually runs out of the same hotel around the same period of time, and a lot of people who are going to MagFest end up, I guess, either staying at the hotel or if you have a convention badge, sometimes the
Mm-hmm.
shuttle will just let you ride for free. Now,
MagFest goers don't usually take shits in the gazebo though.
True.
yeah, they also don't usually take shits in the gazebo. But so I I I'm sitting there waiting. I'm waiting about 30 minutes. I'm texting my model. They're checking in on me because of my little breakdown. And like, they're like, "Oh, come pick you up. What should we do? Blah blah blah." And I was like, "No, no, stay where you are, because like the worst possible thing that could happen, I'll come pick me up," and they end up getting stuck on like your mind just goes when you're anxious. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like the worst thing that could possibly happen is my model comes to get me and then gets stuck on the shuttle that's like half an hour away, and then like comes to get me and I'm not here because I catch the other shuttle. It's a thing that happens. Anyway, so you can tell that I've overthought this whole
Yeah.
situation again and again. Anyway, um, so
They've all been
I'm
there at
sitting
some
there
point
waiting,
or
talking
another.
to these. Yeah, talking to these, they're lovely, they're wonderful. And then some other cosplayers show up, which is really funny because one of them is the grandson of Penny. You guys know Penny works cosplay a lot. I think she even works cosplay at like not Zenkai, but
Maybe
other conventions.
you have. All right, Barry. You got to understand. I may know a lot of people by face, but not by name.
Yeah, I'm not sure I know who this person is either.
All right.
Sorry.
Oh,
Now,
okay. Well,
now, now,
they staff a lot of conventions. I've worked with them before.
now,
They're very lovely family.
now,
cosplayers.
before we continue, Ronma 421 says in our chat at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session, "Ma'am, this made me want to leave the con, and I didn't even go."
It's like that. It was like that. I was so ready to quit, just go home and curl up in a little like comfy ball.
Now, are we at
exist.
are we at the halfway point of your story or towards the end?
Yeah, we're probably towards the end.
Okay,
yeah,
cool,
it's gonna wrap up in like the next 5 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there waiting. The shuttle comes, and some other cosplayers that showed up. So the grandson of the lady Penny I was talking about
Mhm.
showed up, and they were just standing there. We all did not know that the shuttle was going to cost cash. So
What? Wait, what? Wait,
basically,
wait, wait, wait. So, what?
yeah, the shuttle was cash only.
Get
So you had to have cash on you. I don't carry cash in this our time of COVID. I just don't. We don't do that here. So I am disappointed and scared and freaking out. And so we end up just arranging an Uber. We end up taking the Uber over there. I a convention place. I think I get there at like 7 o'clock. So I get into the green room at 7 o'clock. My models already there, already getting their makeup on. And they even like at some point like listen to the music that I have for the show. My models, I can't thank them enough. Like
They
they
really got their
really
shit
literally
together.
saved this
Mm.
show for me, and they were all amazing. There's just so much love I have for them right now. But basically, yeah, they had all their makeup and everything already on. All I had to do was put their clothing on them, and the clothing fit perfectly. So like I didn't even have to worry about fitting anything, adjusting anything like that. No, it was all beautiful, perfect. It fit them well. They wore it beautifully, and they had the attitude exactly how I wanted it. I ended up getting some photos, which is what I really, really wanted to do. I wanted more time to get better photos, but we did what we could with the time we had. And I was able to also work with a friend from my friend Ario, and he filmed for me. However, unfortunately, there was just a lot of people in the space that he filmed around, but it was really hard to film around properly. I'm having to get other files and stuff, but we did try. And now I know for next year or the year after, if I go back, if I go back, big if, that how I want things to be filmed or how thing needs to be set up, because there were things there that they said were not going to be there, and just like lots of stuff that wasn't followed up with, and details did not seem to the strength of Katsucon in general this year. That's nothing on the fashion department. The fashion department did amazing. They did what they could with what they had. They always do a great job. It's just Katsucon in general is always kind of a crapshoot. So the show happened, and after the show, it was basically just wrap up. And I like to take my models and my volunteers out to eat. So I took a few of them out for BurgerFi, and we went and had burgers. And then I met up with some other friends from the community for my MMO, because I also played Tower of Fantasy.
Now,
And
Barry, let me ask you, what do you think of BurgerFi? I mean, it's been a while since I've had them, because
Yeah.
when you go to Castle Point, there's a BurgerFi joint there, and I realized a few years back when I'm going to Bay Ridge, there's a BurgerFi that I pass on the bus, and that's the only time I eat there is when I'm at the con. So I'm just like, what do you think of BurgerFi? I think
I've never heard of the place.
Like,
they're
yeah,
slightly.
I want to like them more, but I think the only burger that I've really liked from them in the recent years, like all of their other burgers are pretty basic, to be honest. But I think it's when you get into like their Wagyu burgers or their short rib burger, that it is a really good burger. Like they can do a really good burger, or they have the kind of burgers that you want to get into. Their shakes though, oh, their custard shakes. I got a banana churro one. I should not have eaten any of this food because it had gluten, dairy, and all the bad things that I'm really not supposed to ingest at all. However,
That reminds me,
I was hungry.
there's a meme I'm going
And
to
it's a
send you
con.
later, okay?
Okay. But yeah, so I got onion rings the size of my head. Oh, yeah, Ciataberry over here at twitch.tv/anime jam session. Their onion rings are incredible. Yes.
I think they're better
yes.
than they're better than Shake Shack personally. I mean,
Oh, he coming for Shake Shack. Let's go.
I think Shake Shack is overpriced for what they're charging. That's just
yeah,
me
you're
personally.
exactly right. Yeah, that
But yes, so I ended up with a banana churro shake, which was so good. The banana was real. I ended up with some onion rings to share, and then I had a half burger. I really wanted to get the CEO. I'm kind of happy I got a half burger because I think the CEO, like, it had like truffle, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and I was like, oh, I thought about getting it, but then one of my other assistants got like the smaller burger, and I was like, that's actually a vibe. Like the smaller burger is probably much smarter, and like what I should get because I'm gonna be sick otherwise. Like, so I ended up getting the smaller burger, but their short rib burger that they had for like a limited time a few years ago was really good, and I really wanted it to be better, but I think it was just kind of like meh. Now I don't know if that's because it was a convention weekend, so they had been busting their asses trying to get
Mm-hmm.
stuff done, but their fries were not their fries were soggy as hell. Um, and I don't know if that's just because they put it in a paper bag to get it to us because
Could
we
be.
originally
Yeah.
ordered our order to go, but we sat down anyway because there was space and it wasn't too busy. But I mean, it was good.
Well,
It was
that's
good
good.
food. And then I met up with my MMO friend and then I headed home because I was exhausted. But thankfully, my friend who had parked at the event gave me a ride back to my car after that whole ordeal, and I was able to just not have to pay another Uber. So that was nice. But
That's,
yeah, that convention made me reconsider ever going to Katsucon again. So yeah, that was not fun. I mean, thankfully, it seems like I know the location now. I know how MGM works. Know how to get from point A to point B, and I know that the shuttle costs money to ride if I
I
ever decide to do that option again. I also know that I need to buy a smaller dolly.
I
Pros and cons,
I
just to
I
clean up and wrap this up.
I suggest next year we should do BerryCon, where we book a suite, we go and we just hang out. I'll bring my
Yeah,
camera.
that would be
We'll just
cool.
hang out. That's it. Like
I like this idea.
I'd be down for that. I've had a lot of cosplay friends actually joke about me hosting a con and just teaching classes all weekend. Especially like a lot of my cosplay friends. Because for those of you that don't know, I used to work as an educator at a cosplay centered maker's space. I was one of the main educators of that space, and I did everything from armor, resin casting, cosplay making, sewing, embroidery, all of those lovely things. But yeah, it is kind of an ongoing joke in our small community of friends and family that I should host a little convention. But yeah, I think that BerryCon could be really fun. I am here for it as long as I survive, through this laryngitis.
and you will. It's like
Yeah.
believe it or not, there are a lot of people who are not wanting to go to Anime Next because of their location. Now, I was talking to one of my friends, Julia. She threw this idea out there, and I am slowly prodding her to run with this idea. She was like, I should just book a room that weekend and just do cosplay photography and just do my thing. And I'm like, yes, you should do that. And I'm telling her, pack like 5 cosplays, like 5 bikini cosplays. I will show up. We'll do pictures. We'll have dinner. We'll chill. We'll just have a good fucking time, and we'll invite a couple of people to come hang out in the room. It'll just be awesome, you know. That's just me. You know,
That sounds like fun.
it does. So, so now we're gonna let Barry rest her voice. She may stick around for the
Thank
last
you.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Or so. But let's quickly go through the articles for tonight's show. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Let me go ahead and update the article about Spy Family and My Fair Lady merchandise. This is a crossover I was not expecting, but I like it. So basically, the author behind Spy Family has revealed a new illustration for the adaptation of the musical. What did I just say the name of the damn musical was?
My Fair Lady.
Thank you for My Fair Lady. I'm going to show this picture. I'm going to post a picture in our not in our chat, but on our screen here of Anya dressed up from the musical, and she looks so precious. This is probably something out of Barry's collection too. So
I do love me some musicals.
yeah, if you don't have the shoes, Barry, you definitely have the umbrella.
Yeah, it's based off of Pygmalion.
Hmm?
The book.
Okay.
Pygmalion.
Okay. Right, close that out real quick. So there's merch that's available, such as tote bags, ticket folders, and stickers. This is all considered exclusive merch. Let's see. It's the musical will premiere at Tokyo's Imperial Theater, where it will run from March 8th to the 29th, and it'll move to the Hyogo Performing Arts Center from April 11th to the 16th, and Fukuoka's Hakazaka Theater from May 3rd to the 21st. So that's pretty cool. But on the positive side of Spy Family, if you're wondering, we are getting a movie and season 2 later this year. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let's go ahead and bring up the next page. Oh, we got some Pokemon news. Ari, you think you can run through this real quick?
Yeah, it's
Go
a
for it.
stop-motion series with a quote-unquote very different plot. It's going to be called Pokemon Concierge and follow the Pokemon Resort concierge Haru as she interacts with Pokemon and their owners who visit with their guests. Expanding on the Pokemon world, offering fans a serious protagonist that is neither a Pokemon trainer nor interested in becoming a champion. So it's like an everyman kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a Pokemon slice of life of sorts.
Mm-hmm. We're also getting a new anime series after Ash won the Masters 8 tournament and is riding off into the sunset. We're getting one with two new protagonists named Rico and Roy. Well, they're Japanese names anyway. And it's set to debut in April 2023. It'll serve as a follow-up to the Ultimate Journeys, and set in the Paldea region from Scarlet and Violet. So, yeah, like people have been making their own kind of guesses about what the new anime is going to be like and who the characters are, etc. Lots of shit posting for all around.
I believe it.
Also, the new professor has a Pikachu in a naval cap. They call him Captain Pikachu.
That works. Right, so we have been talking about the Sailor Moon on ice, ice capades off and on for a while, and has been postponed mostly due to COVID-19. Unfortunately, as per the latest update, it has been canceled due to unstable world situation. And it was going to
plague.
Well, yeah, and it was supposed to star figure skater Evgenia Medeva, who's supposed to perform as Sailor Moon. And if you YouTube her, she actually has done routines as Sailor Moon, which caught the eye of Naoko Takeuchi. And here we are. So basically, due to COVID, it officially has been canceled. Well,
it sucks, but what can you do?
It is what it is. So I'm totally reminded, if you go looking on YouTube, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, Josuke Higashita, a famous Japanese ice skater, cosplayed him in the outfit and did a whole routine to one of the main tracks from the anime. And I thought it was really good. I may have to
I'm guessing
that.
It's one of the Japanese songs?
Yeah, it's one of the background tracks.
Because if you're because I figure you're doing JoJo songs, like one of the endings a roundabout or walk like an Egyptian.
No, it wasn't any of those. It was just basically it was basically like one of the background tracks from Diamond is Unbreakable. All right, and our last story of the night before we get into Meanwhile in Japan, the Urusei Yatsura soundtrack is 93 friggin' tracks. I know. That is wild.
Did you still want me to read
No,
that
no,
one?
no,
I'm sorry.
no, no. Barry, you sacrifice a lot of your voice. Save it for Meanwhile in Japan since you're still here.
Okay.
Please.
So yeah, 93 quote unquote out of this world tunes, of course. And it'll have two versions of Lum's love song. It was composed by Masaru Yokoyama, the man behind Araka Under the Bridge and Iron Blooded Orphans.
I've heard deep things about Iron Blooded Orphans.
And the two takes on the iconic love song will be the lollipop version and pajama version. And of course, it's got Lum in her tiger stripes on the on the cover. Sells for 3,300 yen, and that includes tax, and goes on sale tomorrow. 3,300 yen's about $24 and change US.
Okay. And now that we got that out the way, we're going to kick things over to the part of the show that y'all really like. Really, Meanwhile in Japan, and we will let Barry take first crack at it.
Alrighty. Well, I love Neko, and I hope you do too. We're gonna talk about some vending machine for cat treats that was installed in Osaka.
That's
And
interesting.
it meows at you. And it sounds so cute.
I'm sure,
it's
like, wandering stray cats must get so confused by that.
Oh, get confused as hell. It's a veritable fancy vending machine feast. It seems like I was just taking down the Kabuki Day decoration when Cat Day came along on the 22nd of February and took me by surprise. They really should combine those holidays into some sort of Kabuki Day. As awesome as that idea sounds, we'll have to put it back burner for now because the big Cat Day development took place in the town of Kumatori in Osaka Prefecture. We recently reported a Suntory vending machine that replaced some buttons with the little cat paws. While adorable, cats themselves don't want to drink hot green tea or Decavita C energy drinks.
You don't know
This is a
that.
problem that rival vending machine operator Daido has rectified with their own cat-themed vending machine installed outside the shelter and cat cafe Neko Republic Kumatori on Cat Day. Very fitting. It's super lovely and cute, and heck yeah, I want to bring in some treats for the cats at the Cat Cafe. They're gonna love you. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary vending machine with cat ears. But besides the human targeted drink selection, so it's got snacks for you and your cat friends. It's a select second window of feline-oriented products. Available by are two types of Mon Petit Crispy Cat Kiss cat treats made by Purina, 31 grams or 1 ounce packets of seafood or fish and chicken flavor can be purchased and taken home for your own cat or given to one of the many citizens of Neko Republic. In fact, if you do buy a pack for the cats of Neko Republic, you'll receive a free token for a human drink as a, token of appreciation. Neko Republic hopes this will encourage more people to visit and learn about the efforts to help stray cats in the area. And those looking for something cute in the machine need not worry either, because when purchasing a bag of Crispy Kiss, the machine will meow at you. Contributing to the welfare of cats is certainly one of the best things you can do for Cat Day, followed very closely by giving them treats and I'm sure very much appreciated head pats, both of which can be done at this one convenient location from now on. Now, for Kabuki Day, I'm thinking little bobble balls with long red hair you can dangle in front of them, and the story ends there.
That is hella interesting, you know?
Very cute. I'm excited.
That's really something. Let's see, what else do we have?
Can I have the second one then?
I had a feeling I'd end up with this article, so go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm not jumping on that grenade. So,
yeah, I see that
Pucci,
shit.
Huh?
I see that shit.
Pucci Pucci Uranai will raise their prices by an extra 10 whole yen. Let's see. Osaka-based confection company Chirin got the internet buzzing recently when he took to social media to make a formal apology, which featured the Chirin mascot in a deep floor-touching bow with tears in his eyes stood up that says, they'll be increasing the price of the popular Poochie Poochie Uranai candy. Well, chocolate candies also act as a fortune teller, deciding your luck in various areas of life, blah, 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 blah. You know. Since we started making them 38 years ago, we've worked hard to keep Poochie Poochie Uranai at 20 yen. But due to rising costs, we're raising the price to 30 yen from March 2023. Cheer Confectioner continue to devote themselves to the motto of confectionery that's satisfied to your stomach and heart. We appreciate your understanding and patronage. So, yeah, that's 10 whole yen is about 7 cents.
Well, at least they're straight up about
objectively,
it.
It's a 50% price increase, but again, context is everything. So, and people are still showing support. Like, I think most people would rather have a slight increase in the company go out of business and the candy disappear. Better that companies are open about stuff like this and just quietly reducing the size of the product without noticing.
Mm-hmm. You mean like extra air in a potato chip bag?
Yeah, or no, you got that the wrong way. Extra potato, like not as many potato chips in the airbag.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know if people are just gonna make a run on the places and buy them up when they're still at 20 yen because they think it's like some kind of cultural icon is disappearing or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because people in this country flip out about things like that for no reason. Like, hell, the price would go up without... And around here, the price would go up without you even noticing. If you point it out, you're like, that sucks for you. What are you going to do about it? All right, last one's all yours.
Gee, thanks, guys and non-binary pals. Yeah, I had to stop myself to make sure I said the right words.
Yeah, I want no part of this.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, look, most of us have a body pillow. I have 2. I have never used them for the reasons why people would buy them. So, excuse me, sorry about that. So, let me tell you about a body pillow with ASMR.
What?
With ASMR. So, this is a character from the anime Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. If you can guess from the title, the intended appeal of said anime is female companionship the main character acquires throughout the story, and the target audience ability to self-insert. Wow. So a huggy body pillow of the character Roxanne. This is the first female character whose affection the protagonist secures is a merchandising no-brainer. Part of me kind of want to watch this anime. I have to throw it on the list and put it on the back burner. But rather than just in a slip a Roxanne cover over your standard body pillow and call it a day, the publishers of this series, Kadokawa, their designers, decided to create a Roxanne Hizamakura cushion instead. Hizamakura comes from the Japanese words for knee and pillow. And have you heard of the term daimakura, which means body pillow? There you go. Hizamakura refers to resting your head on someone's lap, and if you've seen enough fan art anime photos of well-endowed women with thighs, you can understand where we're probably going with this article. I'm crashing into the wall. God. As for why, now, there is a photo floating around where it shows a fan of the series is facing towards Roxanne's crotch. The reason behind that is that she's cleaning his ears. And once she's done...
That's another supposedly intimate behavior.
Yeah, that's right up there with licking armpits. Anywho, rather than getting him up and repositioning himself, he decides to roll over. It's also why, in the image, she is holding an ear pick. The core of the Pampering Roxanne Hizamakura cushion is a zaisu, which is a traditional type of Japanese chair with a back but no legs, which is set flat on the floor. And if you watch enough anime and Japanese dramas, you've probably seen them where the characters are sitting under
Kotetsu.
Yeah, the kotets. Yep, you generally will see that. The cover is made with a peach skin polyester, which the designers boast is smooth and pleasurable to touch. Oh my god. Like many modern zaisu, the Pampering Roxanne Hizamakura cushion is reclinable and can even go full flat.
That's about the only fully flat thing about this woman.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to need a rim shot sound effect.
Or the goddamn it Barb soundbite.
Well,
That or will you stop?
well, I have one for this article before we wrap it up.
All right, what is it?
Now, it says, for those who are craving and experience both tactile and oral, Kadokawa is also offering a Roxanne ASMR audio data bundle, the first entry in the company's Kadon anime voice ASMR line. The 8-track pack subtitled A Night Spent with Roxanne includes sounds of ear puff, ear cleaning in the Hizamakura pose, oil massage, close contact hair washing, in bed together, and more, featuring the talents of the seiyuu Shiori Mikami. A Night Spent with Roxanne is available now through dlsite.jp, I believe. dlsite.com. And it's priced at 1,320 yen, which is $10.25. But you can also pre-order the custom cushion through the Kadokawa store at store.kadokawa.co.jp, and it'll set you back a nice, comforting 11,000 yen. So, a famous quote from a very popular movie fits right here.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they didn't stop to think if they should.
Thank you, Jeff Goldblum, aka Dr. Ian Malcolm.
Yes, Ron, the 421. It is getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, 110 USD is a little much.
And the sad part is, if I look at my account right now, I could pre-order it, but I have better things to spend my money on. Like, I have about $1,000. I have about over $500 in figurines and on a wish list on Otaku Mode that I've been spotting, so I can remember to buy them later, if not on that site or on Amazon. All right, it's time to go. It really is time to.
Mm-hmm.
So if you liked tonight's show, I hope you did, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So what we like and don't like, we're going to tell you straight up. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will see weekly podcasts, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplayer interviews, links to our YouTube page of video of convention coverage, links to our Facebook fan page of cosplay coverage, editorials, so much more at animejamsession.com. See, what else do we have here? Don't forget to listen to our podcast on the go. You can find our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify. All episodes are up, so definitely check them out. And if you could, please leave a 5-star review. We will greatly appreciate that because we love our fans and you're awesome. And yes, Ari, I may have to clip that for future reference.
Awesome.
And I think I just accidentally shut my camera off. Hold on. There we go.
No, I can
Fix-
still see you.
No, I accidentally shut the camera when I hit the button to close the group, the chat section.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, what else do we have here? We're going to let you know about our social media. YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow us on our social media pages so you know when we're going live, when articles are going up, photos going up, all that and so much more. And for those of you who follow us on social media, thank you so much. We couldn't do the show without you. So now, we go around the room. Last word. No, actually, no. Can't do last words just yet. I got to tell you about the tip jar. There are links to our Stream Elements and Ko-Fi right below if you're participating with us. If you click on that, you can throw us a few dollars if you like. If not, you can cheer us on with some bits. That will be great. And subscribing to the channel will be awesome as well. So now we'll go around the room with last words. Ari.
I didn't feel overly sick this entire episode.
Good.
Well, until the body pillow article.
Oh.
Whoops. Last words, Barry.
Well, it's always nice to be back again. I'm hoping to be recovered soon, so hopefully we'll be back in normal rotation before too long. But thank you again for having me, and thank you so much for everybody coming to the show tonight. And I appreciate everybody dealing with Ravenberry today, because I am very, very much on my Corvax shit shit right now.
Yeah, because I'm looking at your V2 photo. You can tell Barry's done with everybody's shit today.
Yeah.
My last words is, I just had the Sailor Jupiter sparkling water cucumber flavor. It's interesting. What it is that it takes the you get that hint that tastes of cucumber, but it flips over to the generic sparkling water taste, which is kind of fruity. I guess it's not bad. Well, that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week. Mako-chan will be back. She'll tell us about the construction at her place and all this other stuff. So we're gonna get up on out of here. So I'm Ranma.
I'm Ari.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Barry, you're supposed to say goodnight.
Night, night, everybody. Sorry.
All right, there we go. She is very tired, so we're gonna get this done briefly. So say goodnight, Barry.
Good night, Barry.
That is awesome. We're getting out of here. We'll see you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!